Hey everybody, hey y'all, welcome back to my Black History Month entertainment series, and I want to move on to some of the books that I'm currently reading. I think it's very important for us to highlight Black authors and Black stories because reading is fundamental. It's always been one of my favorite things, and also when you think about it, a lot of the movies in general that we watch and television shows that we watch, a lot of them have been adaptations, obviously, of books. And so we need to read more of these books so we can be like, oh, hey, we really like this thing. Make it into a movie, make it into a series, or whatever. So, and I'm currently reading, I always seem to read more than one book at a time because that's also how I watch my television. So I'm currently reading by Antoine Bendel, T.J. Young and the Orishas. Now, I personally was not 100% familiar with the Orishas other than there's a Tunde festival in Philly where I'm from. We do have that festival, but I'm not 100% familiar with the Orishas. This has been great for someone like me who's just not completely familiar with them and the different entities and how they affect this Nigerian culture. But TJ loses his sister. And he also was one of the people who his powers didn't manifest like everyone else's at a young age. So people just thought maybe he wasn't going to have any powers because his father's human and his mother is magic. And after his sister dies and he's like, oh, I got to find out what happened. He doesn't have any magic to really go do this. And so he gets sent to Camp Olosa. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Where he's going to find out lots and lots of information about his past, his family, his sister, and things like that. If you need something that's maybe kind of similar so you can equate that to, think, I guess, Percy Jackson and go into Camp Half-Blood a bit, but not just the best thing I can really think of to compare it to if you need something like that. So this definitely dives into the mythology of the West African Orishas, and I can't wait to, right now I'm halfway through, and I really am digging it. And, if you have read it or read other books in it, let me know your thoughts. And I'm also reading by Tracy Deonn, Legendborn. Again, this is a series. There's a couple of books in this. Now, this one also deals with familial murder. The young lady, her name is Bree, and her mother dies, but she never found out her mother was murdered. And I love the fact that they take something that we're generally familiar with, which is like King Arthur and Merlin, and you have that familiarity. I think most of us are familiar with Sword in the Stone. And then we dive into, root magic and how, ancestry and how our magic comes from our ancestors in the earth and the ground, and the Merlin people, the colonizers, their magic is stolen. And so that's something that I really has been having me intrigued in this, is the idea of getting back to your ancestors and learning where, because all these things have been erased because we had to hide it and everything like that. Now, don't get me wrong, at first in the beginning, I wasn't completely sold on it, mostly because Bree being black, it wasn't really something I think was there really wasn't the thing for me. It wasn't until we got halfway through I really started seeing Bree as a black woman, which I don't know if that's more about my reading comprehension or not, but it wasn't really until she meets this other root practitioner that I really start really understanding Bree being a black woman. I think that maybe that's on purpose, because Bree being maybe more removed from the community is what I'm starting to know. Her best friend isn't black, and she's not around a lot of other black people. So maybe that's intentional, and I'll get more to that as I continue reading on in the series. But all right, so those are the two books that I'm currently reading. Will I finish them by the end of the month? Well, probably. So let me know if you read either one of these books in any parts of the series. Comment below any of your thoughts or any recommendations that you may have. And until next time, y'all.